French Shalom and greetings to you all. For the past week, all of North America celebrated birthdays of the nations. 2 of them, founded on the concept of freedom of choice. Everywhere around the world, they're coming to America. Every time that flag's unfurled, they're coming to America. Got a dream to take them there. They're coming to America. Got a dream they've come to share. They're coming to America. And that's not changed for over 200 years. The dream for freedom centers around America. Why? Well, it was a nation founded on the concept of freedom. And that concept helped forge 2 great North American sanctuaries of freedom for everybody the world over. Whether you're Canadian or American, when you think of those 2 great friends, they each hold a special place in the hearts, not just of their citizens, but in the hearts of people throughout the world. They stand as the city on the hill of progress, of growth, of free exchange. Over time, both have been great celebrations of freedom. True inalienable right, which was handed to man when Moses led the people from the house of slavery in Egypt, but which every once in a while we see slipping away. Now is the time to ensure it is safe, secure. Precious time, slipping away, but you only came for a day. Doesn't matter which God you pray. Precious time, slipping away. The one thing you cannot replace, my friends, is time. So the time we have is precious, and the time for freedom is a precious time. It is the great currency of life. It is the one thing you don't want to ever let slip away. It's a magic potion. It helps us. It heals us. We can recover everything else, but we don't recover time. And freedom is the most fought for commodity in history. And while North America has celebrated it, there still appears to be freedom except for one group. And that's those of Jewish descent. Look at Los Angeles, New York, look at Toronto. Look at the protests, pro-Hamas, anti-Israel, anti-Semitic, left alone everywhere. There used to be no official tolerance for violence against any group, but that seems to have changed. Violence against any other minority would not be tolerated, but it seems to be tolerated and accepted against the Jewish community. There's a lack of media coverage, and that's a shame, because people aren't fully aware. Just last week, 2 Toronto synagogues were targeted, were attacked, were desecrated. The attacks on synagogues have always existed, but once, like war, it only happened there, not here. Well, there is now everywhere. People have to wake up. The latest head of the Canadian Human Rights Commission has an apparent history of anti-Semitism, such that 3 major Canadian Jewish groups have called for his removal. But the question is, how was he chosen in the first place? Yes, we celebrate the land of the free, but where is the call for freedom of the hostages taken on October 7th? It's 9 months and counting, the sad birth of an upside-down, inside-out world. Be careful. Where you're walking, you might step in something rough. Be careful when you're talking, saying all that stuff. Take care when you are breathing. Something's funny in the air. There's something they're not saying about what's happening out there. It's inside out. Yes, it is, my friends. The world is now inside out. But we can halt the madness. We can return to decency, to respect, to tolerance, to acceptance, such as we do when we gather as a group, to honor and pray and observe as a community. We put differences aside We form a like-minded group, collective consciousness of seekers showing faith. Any and all faith, love, any and all love. A true chavura fellowship. So we express our nature of kindness. Compassion, thoughts, feelings, hopes, dreams, and wishes that unites us all. This community house of spirit. Beth Ruach. Sharing and bringing light, keeping fear at bay, and even though together we are individual in our approach, each connecting in his or her or their own way. So once again, please do go ahead and invite everybody you know, physically, digitally, psychically, emotionally, or spiritually, to gather and share. From Psalm 133, the Hine Matov, come together. How good and pleasant it is for brothers and sisters together. Community. Community. Together. Now we support each other in this community. So let's all spread love, goodwill, and fellowship to the world. Remember, this is you setting aside a little bit of sacred time in your sacred space to honor and converse with whoever, whatever you happen to believe in, because we all believe in something. It's a part of your kavanah, your intention that you put out to the universe. It's your goodwill. Goodwill and intention. They're the roots of what you control, of what you can correct in life. It is your intention that sets in motion everything that occurs in your lives. So let's take some time now. Let's use that intention. Let's send some of that goodwill, some light, some healing, some renewal energy out to whoever you know who needs it. Healing and renewal is for everybody because it flows through space, finding those in need. So send it out for those you know and for the souls and spirits of everyone you love. So think of whoever that needs healing and renewal and love or just plain goodwill. Focus on them. Call their names. It's not just for people. It's for our pets. It's for the earth. It is the healing of the world. The tikkun olam. That's part of our spiritual genetic makeup. Part of the healing of the world is when we send thoughts and energy for health and renewal and recovery for everybody. They don't have to be sick. It's for those in our hearts and our minds. So let's all send energy out for the people in need everywhere. Special thoughts and prayers for those in need of assistance, and always for those poor hostages. We pray for those who need prayer. We don't have to know them, but we want health, recovery, good life for everybody around us. For the burdened builder, for Anne, for Johnny and Fern, for the frog and Mary, for Ken and Kathleen, for Carla and Jessica and Mina, for lovely Lucy, for sad Gabriella, for Charlie and Gloria, for Pam and Drew, John and Maria, for Dory and Connie and Ronnie, for Tally and Mayim, for the great Snoopy, Danny and Nina, for all those suffering and in need, and let's not forget to include the familiars of our lives, all of our sacred animal friends everywhere, for everyone you know in need, for the whole world, for Rosemary. Friends, it is the kindness, the healing wishes and goodwill and love we all send out. It just circles the world finding those in need. So thank you, each of you, for all you do, for all you care, because the world is a world of spirit. And as we know, spirit never dies, my friends. Avotated, Makor, may the source of strength bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage. Make our lives a blessing. Renewal of body. Renewal of spirit. Let us say, Amen. Baruch, let us all have our spirits renewed. This is the great prayer for healing, which we call upon God to heal, as He is healed before. Misha Baruch, may He who blessed, because all healing is a blessing. Let's all send and receive healing and renewal energy in our efforts to love, to share, to care, to grow. Now today's reading is apropos given where we are. This week we read Korah. We all know who he was from the Ten Commandments, except that was changed a little, where two people were made one, Korah and Dathan. We're going to talk about them both. Korah was Moses and Aaron's cousin. Maybe one of the first victims of fake news and a perfect example of history being written by the winners. He was a Levite. Dathan was a Reubenite. And each led a rebellion. What for? What would the rebellion for? Well, when you read it, it was not for power, but it was for freedom of choice for the people. What's wrong with that? Isn't that what we want? The story of Korah is seen as the story of a failed rebellion. And it's a very interesting word. It connotes violence, uprising, and of course its flip side's revolution, which is viewed as a forcible overthrow, which often connotes betterment. We think of the French and the American revolutions, fights for freedom and independence, an end of tyranny. Words have meaning, and the choice of words can sometimes win the war. In this reading, there are actually two rebellions we read about, and I'll use the word most often used, which is rebellion. Now, most people have an inkling of the story. They know it from the seminal film of the events of the Exodus, the Ten Commandments. The Korah-Dathan rebellion scene was portrayed as one by Edward G. Robinson, known for his roles as a criminal and a thug. Here he's the Hebrew overseer, governor of the people, treating them with the full cruelty of the taskmasters, favoring self, material goods, and Pharaoh over his own people. He rebels against Moses, forces Aaron to make the golden calf to lead the people back to slavery, and is then thwarted by Moses and God. And what a fantastic scene that was. You know, when Moses comes down from the mountain, sees the commotion, throws the Ten Commandments at the foot of the calf, the earth opens and swallows the revelers. But that's not what the story actually tells us. That is the artistic license of history and great editing and storytelling. Number 16:1. And Korah, son of Izhar, son of Kohath, son of Levi, and Dathan and Abiram, sons of Eliab, and On, son of Peleth, sons of Reuben, took and got up in front of Moses, and 250 people from the children of Israel, chieftains of the congregation, prominent ones of the assembly, people of repute. They assembled against Moses and against Aaron, and said to them, "You have much, because all of the congregation, all of them are holy, and the Lord is among them. Why do you raise yourselves up over God's community?" See, this is not rabble. This is a Levite and a Reubenite standing up with chieftains, leaders of the community, asking Moses why all power is simply in his hands. They didn't want to trade one Pharaoh for another. It is a story that contains magic and solidification of position. It is the first real threat of insurrection. But it was actually a fight for rights for all. It's the story of two rebellions, one religious, one political. But both are in the service of the people, trying to stop an elite group from keeping permanent control. Well, we know how that ended up. These were rebellions to fight for the rights for everybody. Not to stop the power grabbing by a select group of elites, but to ensure everyone, everywhere, had the same opportunity. Because they were all holy. Doesn't the law keep telling us we are the same, and the same rules apply for all? Are we now just reliving history? As the philosopher George Santayana said, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. The Exodus from Egypt was the first mass revolt against fear and the first search for freedom. There's something happening here, and fear is again becoming the dominant feeling in the world, and that is very dangerous. There's battle lines being drawn. Nobody's right. Everybody's wrong. Young people speaking their minds, getting so much resistance from behind. I think it's time to stop. Hey, what's that sound? You don't have to look far to see what looks like open rebellion everywhere. North America, Europe, Asia, everywhere. Some people don't like some things and they want to see a change. We all want to see change in our lives. We all want to see progress to a more harmonious life. Isn't that what's been going on forever? Forever, we want the harmonies of life to continue. It's simply an early indication of rebellion and change. But what sometimes is confusing for people in this reading is the fact that there's actually two rebellions taking place, not one, and they are separate, and Moses deals with them separately. One against political structure in the rebellion against him, and one against the religious structure, which is against Aaron. We see some great tests take place. We see the miracle of the staff and what it comes to represent. Like the Christmas staff in Glastonbury. But of course, Aaron's rod, the Glastonbury thorn, are believed to be from the same type of tree which was used to make the crown of thorns for Jesus. It's one of those great stories that perpetuates the tale of the Holy Grail. So what happens is Moses proposes a contest. Number 16:4. And Moses listened. He fell on his face, and he spoke to Korah and all of his congregation, saying, in the morning, the Lord will make known who is his and who is holy. And he will bring him close to him, and he will bring the one he chooses close to him. Let God decide. Many try to stop me, shake me up in my mind. Say, prove to me that he's the Lord. Show me a sign. What kind of sign they need? When it all comes from within. When what's lost has been found. What's to come has already been. I just keep pressing on. Pressing on. Well, I'm pressing on to the higher calling of my Lord. Now Moses sets up a test of who's holy, to establish what it means to be holy in the priestly sense. Yes, the people are all holy, but the priests are different. It's not the same as the general concept that the people would have. The test will be through the use of incense, because only the holy, the priests, are permitted to burn incense. So the Korah group, the Levites, fighting for priestly opportunity for all, well, they get incinerated, just like Aaron's sons. While the Dathan Abiram group, fighting for political freedom of choice, gets swallowed by the earth. Not in an earthquake, but by the earth opening, swallowing them and closing them again. And then the final cement of power comes in the form of the 12 tribal leaders, each providing a staff. And the staff that blooms will be the winner. Lo and behold, Aaron's staff blooms. Aaron wins, and his staff will now serve as the sign of power that will be kept in the tent of meeting with the ark, and will watch over them. Yes, my friends, the world is sacred. So is everything in it. Express your gratitude, light a candle, make a wish. Celebrate your life and the lives of those you love. Share your feelings with them. Live free. Be free. Honor your freedom. Be well, be happy, be blessed. Share and honor the light. All who live in the light and continue to shine. Continue to send everybody you know goodwill and love. Send it all out. Pray for peace and freedom for everyone. An end to terror and hatred. There's no need for it. Remember, we're a community, my friends. We learn together. We celebrate with each other. We love each other. Share this ride together. Men and women equally. So let's send out love, not fear. Send out peace, harmony, goodwill, and healing to all who need it. Learn to forgive and learn to love. Open your hearts. Honor the relationships of your life and tell those you love that you love them. Be positive in everything you have to say. Examine your intentions. Use them to imprint your will on the universe, because we set in motion all that happens in our lives. It is our intention. Our Kavanah. Cause and effect. Everything is linked. You always have time to forgive and be forgiven. You have the knowledge of what's good and bad, so acknowledge what you've done wrong to yourself, to God, and to any person you've wronged. Ask forgiveness. But do so with sincerity, with accountability, with vulnerability. Forgive those you've hurt as you learn to be forgiving and compassionate, because the secret of forgiveness, compassion, and peace is in acceptance. Can you accept yourself, other people, the world just as they are? Can you accept life as it is without trying to control it? If you do, you could experience the peace that acceptance brings. So keep on dreaming, my friends. Keep on being, keep sharing, keep shining. Keep teaching. Keep spreading joy and goodwill. Do not follow fear, follow love. It's always in front of you. Work to be present in the body. Expand the heart, quiet the mind, because the deepest source of real power lies in consciousness. The ability to be mindful, aware, present in all of life's circumstances. Love with the heart, because we're all part of a greater whole. Embrace love, not fear, forgiveness, not anger. Be there for someone, because someone's always there for you. Continue to explore faith and belief. Never accept shame as a natural state. Whatever you feel others have felt, whatever you've experienced, others have too, because we share together. We learn together and we help each other. We're each of us trying to find love, acceptance, support. We all have or could have a special someone in our lives, so find them and tell them what they mean. Because you're never alone on your journey. Keep forgiving those you need to forgive, and keep asking forgiveness from those you need to ask forgiveness of. Listen to the voice of God as he, she, it, them, they, whatever, talks to you, and remember your connection to God and all he has created in body and soul is always a part of you. It's a part of me. It's a part of all of us forever. Celebrate your freedom and independence. Celebrate your ability to choose. As I was walking, I saw a sign. The sign said, "No trespassing." But on the other side, it didn't say nothing. That sign was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you. And it's not just the land, my friends. The whole world, everything in it was made for you and me together. Thank you for joining me. Keep sharing the light. Practice forgiveness. Be thankful. Be gracious. Be kind. Be loving. Believe in yourself. Spread a little goodwill to the world. Continue to be the miracle in someone else's life and be an example of all you can be. Shabbat shalom and blessings to you all. Take care.